Saturday, 4th of June, 2022. It's only 13 or 14 C. It's very sunny, hot sun, so that makes a big difference. A little bit of a breeze. Seems like it's north-northeast, so it's still a little bit of a cooler breeze, but it's not making it real cold out here. Truth be told, I'm out here because I just want to play bees. I haven't had enough bees this spring. There's 3 things I can accomplish here today. I want to go through some of my 2021 colonies, and I want to make a couple of nucs with 2021 queens. So I'll split those off. I'll find the queen, set her in a nuc box. They're going to be sitting a while, so I think I'll make them 2 frames, and then she'll lay up a third as she waits in that box. Then I want to make up 4 queenless nucs to replace the 4 queens that died in my lot of 100. The buyer says he'd rather have an even number of 100. Even if there's 4 queenless, he's got 4 queens that he can use. So I'll do that. And I'll likely make them a little stronger than I made the other ones. Maybe 2 frames as well, of brood I'm talking. And the third thing I can accomplish is to set myself up for tomorrow. Tomorrow is my grafting day. Tomorrow, I've been looking forward to tomorrow for a long time. My wife is going to come and do some queen grafting this year, and I'm very excited about that, as is she. So that's why we had to do it on a weekend. She's got a day job. And so I can kind of prepare for creating my builder. The real objective is to get into the bees on a nice day, because this is about the 3rd nice day in 2022, and just have some fun. One of my little purchases yesterday at Costco was what appears to be a nice tote. Only got my veil in it now, but the reason for this is I'm a long way from my building yet. When it's dry enough, I'm going to move that camper over here closer. But for now, I'm going to put some of my tools, my lifter and my spacer, my hive tool. I can put my smoker fuel and my paper, my striker in there, keep them dry, keep them from blowing away. So I found that I've done that before, and it actually works really well. Hopefully it's waterproof, that the rain doesn't end up going in it for some reason. I don't know how UV stable it is. I may set some pallets up or something just to shade it from the sun. But I've made the little resource nucs here, a few of them. I've made a couple for sale. New nucs are selling well this year, so I'm just making those on spec. And that's all I have. I don't have any more pro nucs, so if I want to sell more, I got a couple jesters kicking around, so I could use those. Hopefully I've got enough bees here now that I've made queenless with these colonies. It's Monday, the 6th of June, and I decided today was going to be my day of rest. This is my day of rest. The yard has been so wet that we haven't been able to cut grass or anything. We don't want to cut the dandelions, but there's actually quite a bit of yard that doesn't have any dandelions. And I'm sweating for the first time since probably August, September. I've removed the blades from the belly mower, sharpened them up, cleaned the deck a little bit. And that's a 54-inch mower. And this is a 66-inch toe behind Swisher mower. And so I'm going to get this behind the tractor with the belly mower, and then you can add 54 and 66, and minus a little bit for overlap. You can dial it in to only maybe 6 inches overlap. And then I'm going to go cut grass, because that combination really cuts grass fast. You can make a really nice wide swath. The Swisher is a fantastic mower. I don't use it much, but I'm sure thankful I have it when I choose to use it. It's just a wonderful unit. That actually has a 20 horse single cylinder engine on it, and it's extremely powerful. That thing, the amount of stuff that it has mowed, and the tall growth that I've mowed with that, just amazing. It has, I'll show you, it has I don't know what they're called, but they're a mulching blade. It has kind of teeth on the back of it. See, that's the blade part, and then on the back where it goes up there, it has teeth, and it just grinds things up really nicely and spits it out, whereas the belly mower kind of spits out more long pieces. The Swisher doesn't. It spits out mulch. So that's how my day's going so far. It's actually going really well. I'm having fun. I'm trying not to get too stressed or hurried about anything. Often I don't bother to go and sharpen blades in the spring because I'm in a hurry to do something. Today, I'm not. I got the push mowers and the trimmers out. I haven't run those yet, but I think maybe I'll sharpen the blades on the push mower, or the blade on the push mower, and then go and clean this place up a bit. Lots of dandelions still, but over on the far lawn, it's a lot of grass, so I'll cut that down. It grows so fast because it's damp over there. So that's how my day's going so far. Having fun. My day of rest. You can always tell when a beekeeper's cut the grass. It's Tuesday, June 7th, 2022. Got a really good dandelion crop going here. And not only that, but I've got a hawthorn crop going. Some nice blossoms there. My apple trees are blossoming. I don't have much for apple trees, but they're in blossom. And I got the bucket on the tractor here. Had a couple little jobs to do, and I thought, you know what, I got the bucket on the tractor. Let's start piecing away at some of the scars that I made this spring with the tractor in the mud. It actually does a pretty good job, doesn't it? So this one is mostly smoothed out. What really helped here, this soil is so heavy that it's so hard to work, but what really helped here is I had put a good amount of limestone gravel in there, and that breaks up the soil and helps dry it out too. So I haven't been updating a whole lot the last couple days, but you see, yesterday I got the mowers out and sharpened everything up, and I did a little bit of mowing. I had to mow around the dandelion crop though, and the ground is still soggy. It's a little too soft even to be mowing, so I gotta stay out of there now. Today's big day. The buyer for the 100 nucs is showing up, and he's going to take those home. So that'll be really great. Great to get those off my responsibility, and great to get the payday. You know, everybody wants a payday, and I really hope he's happy with them. There's something for him to start again with. He had a really bad winter. I felt so bad for him. So hopefully that's going to make a big difference. Sold, what did I sell? 5 I sold 5 nucs on the weekend. One guy came Saturday, took one. Another guy came Sunday. Was going to take one or two, and then as he was on his way here, he said, "Do you have 2 more for his neighbors?" So he took 4. So that was great. This whole hawthorn hedge is abuzz. I can't see them very well. There's a few I can see here, but I can hear them. It's just a buzz. You know, look at this here. I don't know if you can see that. Right here. Let's see if I can point. Kind of this blossom here. Just in the right light. I can see the nectar glistening in that blossom. Can you see it? So I have a whole hedge of these hawthorns that go way down there. And then of course a prolific dandelion crop. Now on Sunday we grafted 2 bars, 15 per bar, into our queenless cell starter here. This is the Queen Right cell finisher. So today, being 2 days later, and you can go 24 to 48 hours on this, we're going to move the graft frame from the starter into the finisher. Now this is kind of where you get one of your report cards. I've not looked in that hive since, so I don't know how many of these grafts were accepted. It was not ideal conditions when we were grafting, as is today. It was a little breezy and it was much cooler. I had a hard time finding appropriately aged larvae. Most things that could go wrong did. So I'll be surprised if there's a great number of cells accepted here. But we'll open it here in a minute and we'll see what's going on in there. Looks like there's pretty much nothing. There's no bees on it. There's no cells started or anything. So we gotta try again. Maybe it was too cold. So that's the end of this round of grafting. Well, 100 nucs are gone. They were right here and they're all gone. Customer just picked them up. He's pretty happy with what he saw in the boxes. I really hope they work out well for him. The guy's had a tough time, a really bad winter, so he seems happy with them, and you know, it is what it is. They're going to be nucs for winter, basically. I hope the queens are laying well, and I hope the acceptance went really well for them. So I'm going to close up the fence, and I'm going to go in for the evening. It's Wednesday, June 8th. What a beautiful day. It's probably the warmest day yet this year. And I started today by cleaning up the pallets, etc., from loading those nucs last night. And what I'm going to do now is, you can see I'm wearing my glasses, so that's an indication of what I'm going to do. I'm going to graft. This is my starter over here, and unfortunately we checked our grafts yesterday and there was 100% failure. So I think it was just too cold on Sunday. Didn't take enough precautions to keep the brood warm. My breeder's over here, my camper's over there, so back and forth, and you know, just not a good thing. It was a little bit of a cool breeze, so we didn't do it right. And so those are the kind of things that you need to learn kind of by experience. You're told, and then you kind of have to do it, and you kind of have to learn, okay, that was too extreme. So anyway, I've got this worked out a little bit better. There's still a tiny north breeze here, and that's cool. So what I've got is I've got a cooler here with 3 2-liter bottles of hot water. I've got my towel in there, staying warm, and I still want to graft over there in my building. So I have to get from my breeder over the building. Once I'm done this graft, I'm going to try to clean that up over there, get on that building with my truck, and bring that building over here. After I'm done that, I think I want to move my 2 breeder colonies over next to the camper as well, and then it'll be a really short shot from the breeder to the camper to the starter, and it won't be outside as much. So anyway, we're going to start by doing a graft, and I'm alone and I don't have my tripod. You've seen this before. All I'm going to do is go pull a frame, try to do a graft, and then put it in the starter. Done my graft. Now it's a nice sunny day, but there's threatening showers. I don't think it's going to rain long or a lot, but I thought I'd get some things done before it got any wetter in here. And there's something missing. You notice there's something missing there? Well, that's because it's over here. I brought the big guy out and pulled that camper across the old apiary. It was sure enough footing that I managed. And there's not much on that camper that works, and one of the things that doesn't work is the jack. So I've been having to use my farm jack, and there's a reason they call those things farmer killers. Holy cow, they do the job, but sure a dangerous thing. Anyway, the camper is here, yay. And so you can see my builders right behind it, and that's kind of the idea. I want my builders, and I'm going to move my breeders right over next to the camper, and that'll make grafting so much better. Be right outside the door, so I won't have to carry larvae too far. You know, I love that truck. That thing didn't even come off idle coming across there. So I've just got a few planks under there now. I'm going to level it and put some planks under the back and support it on each end, all that kind of thing. Makes it much more stable. So now I have to bring my steps back, and it never really got finished off since the floor project, and it actually suffered a little bit just moving it. But I need to make that fence, that gate, I need to make the gate a little bit bigger now, because the camper is blocking part of what was the entry. See, this is kind of what happened. Some of this siding cometh apart. I'm not surprised. Boy, these things are built like crap. So I gotta fix that now. Shouldn't be rocket science, but just another thing to fix. It's Thursday, June 9th, 2022. It's a beautiful day. You can hear the birds singing. I worked on the camper a little bit. I covered the holes where the service entries were, over here, over here. There's one more little one there I have to address. And it's certainly a raggedy camper. There needs to be some other issues that you can see at the back needs to be addressed. But it's not supposed to be a thing of beauty. As long as the raccoons can't get in, I'm good. So I've been having trouble with my cell starter, which is here. You can see I've torn it down, I've torn it apart. Sunday I grafted 30 cells. Absolutely nothing accepted. And I thought, it was kind of cold on Sunday. You know, maybe they're just kind of cold. And I was hauling them from the apiary over to the camper, and now I've moved the camper over closer to the apiary. And it's a warmer day. It was not a very warm day on Sunday. So on Wednesday I grafted 30 more, thinking, okay, you know, we're good to go. I took extra precautions. It was a warmer day, all that kind of stuff. Zero acceptance on 30 cells. Well, I decided to tear it down, look for rogue cells, which there were some. Actually, there were some rogue cells. I put a frame in this little nuke here. I'm going to let that mate. We'll see what happens. But I did. Otherwise, I found my problem. And I'll just go over there and I'll show you my problem. Here's my problem right here. Now, you can't build cells when there's a queen in the hive. Too much QMP. An interesting thing is, obviously she's failing. I mean, look at her. But she was hanging out in the top box, about 2 frames over from my graft frame. And there were rogue cells in the bottom box. So obviously she's not producing much QMP. They weren't too happy with her. But I am very unhappy with her. However, I'm going to let her lay in this little nuke box here for the rest of her days. And we'll see if we can just salvage a little bit of brood off of her before her time comes to an end. So I found my problem. So I'm going to do another graft. I'm about to do my my 3rd graft since the first 2 failed. And just wanted to show you this. Kind of excited about this setup. I've been thinking about it ever since I was grafting last summer. Not knowing that I was going to get flooded out and have to move everything. But I've got my cell starter, my cell finisher here. I'm going to move them. I've moved a little bit now. Just kind of move it a little bit every once in a while, and I'm going to get it put kind of over here by the camper. Just on the south side of the camper here. And I've just gone ahead and moved my 2 breeder hives, I'm going to call them. And so then what that's going to afford me is grab a frame into the camper, graft out of the camper, into the builder. So it's just in close proximity, keep the larvae fresh, keep them from drying out and getting cold. So I think it's going to work really well, and going to be very convenient. So I'm going to do another graft. Let's see how this turns out now that I found the queen in my starter hive.